And welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are going to be doing two episodes here, both for using the 67th sigil Iyah for removing negative beliefs in regards to money and finances. Now, if you are returning to my channel, I welcome you back. And of course, if you are new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button and the notification bell there so that you stay updated and in the loop anytime I put out new videos. Now, while these videos have to do with removing like the negativity and the negative beliefs around money and finances, which is what I have been kind of like doing a little hand holding here for people these last several weeks with these audio videos. Um, do understand that you can actually like use these rituals that I'm putting out here for any particular need that you have in regards to that sigil of power. Now, I'm just saying that in this one, like in these, I'm having people focus on, their resistance towards money or their resistance towards, changing their habits towards money and stuff like that. But if you have another need that you can use that sigil of power for your own purposes, because you really don't want to go through the process of what I'm doing here as far as like helping people out with that particular area of their life, that's totally fine. So you could go ahead and use those, or use the video rituals for that, for your own means. So let me go ahead and jump into a little bit about using Iyah in contemplative-based Magick, and then we're going to get into the summary of the breakdown of the ritual there, and then I'm going to actually lead you through the ritual, and then we're going to close it out. And then following this video, there will be another one regarding results-based Magick with Iyah, since we are needing to use both results-based and contemplative-based Magick for our particular needs this week. So let me go ahead and close this out really quick, and I will be back to do a quick summary with you. All right, folks, so we are back, and again, we are using Iyah, which is the 67th Sigil of Power. It appears in the 72 Sigils of Power book by Lamothe and the Gallery of Magic. Okay, and it does translate to breakthrough. Three uses for this sigil in contemplative-based Magick is for welcoming transformation, accepting the discomfort of change, and understanding the need for change. So I'm going to suggest, of course, that when you use this and when you do this particular ritual, most people are probably going to be needing to do this ritual 3 separate times, once for each of these uses. Some people welcome transformation and change a little bit more than others. Some people are not as discomforted by change or the need for change as others. So that may vary. You can, of course, be objective about it and be honest with yourself if you really feel that you're the type of person that does not accept change very well, or accepting like new ideas and change very well. Then by all means, I would suggest that you go ahead and go through the ritual process for this, okay? Some quick notes on this, of course. Oftentimes, just as we discussed here in the intro earlier this week, when change and transformation takes place, new growth can be and is experienced in the process. Of course, it's not to say that new growth and experience is easy. The problem with this new growth, of course, is that It's not always very welcoming to people, or the situations are not very welcoming. My goodness, excuse me. As humans, we are simply and quite literally creatures of habit, and we tend to often lean towards situations and circumstances that gives us the most comfort and that which is easier for us to deal with. Um, so again, change quite often frustrates us in a lot of cases, and a lot of people actually generally cringe at the idea of needing to make changes. Right. So in contemplative-based Magick, what we're going to be focusing on here is, or what you will be focusing on is, you will need to focus on each of these three areas, of course. Why there is a need to understanding the need for change. Okay. You also want to try to focus on seeking to understand that the pains and discomfort to change are sometimes necessary, and why welcoming transformation can be beneficial to us. Those are some basic ideas that you want to take into the ritual as you move forward with this. Now, of course, you may have other ideas, and that's totally fine. Whatever it is that you're going to be contemplating towards during the contemplative ritual, of course, you want to make sure that you figure that out beforehand. You don't want to be spending too much time in the ritual trying to figure out what it is that you want to contemplate. Try to break it down into one area, of course, prior to the ritual process beginning, and then go from that point. If you have other ideas that you want to contemplate, of course, and then repeat the ritual for that particular contemplation. All right, so the ritual summary. In case if you haven't been through one of these videos with me in these last few weeks, I always like to try to give a little bit of a summary as far as the ritual process goes and what's going to happen. And then I do a little bit of a break, and then I will actually guide you through the ritual process for using this Sigil of Power in contemplative-based Magick. Okay, so of course the first step, you want to make sure you find a place where you can remain undisturbed for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes for some people. If you have housemates or anything like that, if you ask them not to disturb you, or you might have to put a sign on the door that says do not disturb. Of course, you also want to silence your cell phone, and just try to be away from any type of distraction there for the period of this ritual. In step 2, we want to begin by acknowledging the state that we are currently in, and then focus your acknowledgement on what it is that you are going to be contemplating for this. Again, as I said a few moments ago, you want to have that idea already selected before we get into the ritual process. Okay, you do want to spend several moments thinking about how this makes you feel at the exact moment in time. Okay, now we are looking at needing to understand why there is a need for change in our life is the reason for this contemplation, or for the topic of the contemplation. In step 3, you will scan over the Hebrew letters and the shapes that will appear on the screen that are associated to the sigil. And when you scan over the letters, this will be done from right to left. So the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen is how Hebrew is read. And then say out loud or silently the divine word of power listed for the contemplative-based Magick for the sigil. Now, I will be reading the word of power for you, so you do not have to do that yourself. And of course, if you are in a home or in a living situation where you have housemates and you don't want to draw attention to yourself, again, doing it silently is probably preferable for you. Now, I do read the word of power a total of 5 times throughout the ritual. Okay, and at the end, the final time that I speak the word of power, I do leave a few moments of silence at the end for additional time for meditation and contemplation on the situation for you. So usually anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes is usually the length of time that I provide. And then at that point, the ritual stops on its own at that point. And step 4, we will continue to scan over the Hebrew letters and the shapes while saying or thinking the divine word of power. And of course, we want to keep our awareness on the question that we have that we're looking to get seek an answer of. Okay, and the 5th step, you want to make room for new thoughts in your mind while still staying relaxed. And step 6, you want to continue to scan the letters and observe your thoughts and your feelings. The last step, which is step 7, now this may take a few days for some people. Some of the magic may come through to your consciousness during that time. You may have aha moments, or you may be having dinner with friends or family, or you're out and about, and you might overhear a conversation or have a conversation with somebody that seems to be totally related to the ritual that you had done. So if you feel inclined, of course, to repeat the ritual over the course of the next several days or every day if you wish, because some people may do that, you may, of course, do so. The additional times that you spend in repeating this ritual with the same sigil, you will gain deeper insights into your situation, of course. Okay, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and break here really quick, and then we will get into performing the actual ritual. All right. Now that you've found the place that you're going to be doing your ritual for using Iyah and Contemplative-based Magick, I want you to sit down and relax. Just take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. Relax and let all the tension drain away. Get all the tension out of your neck and your shoulders. Make sure your phone is turned off. Make sure no one's going to disturb you. Take another deep breath in. And let it out. Begin by acknowledging the state that you're in right now and focus your acknowledgement on what it is you're going to be contemplating. I want you to spend several moments thinking about how this makes you feel at this moment in time. Remember that we want to understand why the need for this change is so great, it's so necessary in our life at the moment. Oh, move your attention to the screen in front of you. You will see some Hebrew letters associated with the sigil. When you read these letters, you will read them from the right to the left. So look at their shapes. Absorb them into your subconsciousness. Remain relaxed. In just a moment, I'm going to read the word of power out loud for you. If you'd like to say it out loud as well, that's fine. Or you can just say it silently in your head. Just remain relaxed. Continue looking at the letters. Iyah. Continue to scan over the shapes while thinking or saying the divine word of power. As you do this, make sure you stay aware of the question that is on your mind. Make room for new thoughts while staying relaxed. Continue to scan the letters and observing your thoughts and your feelings. Be still.